What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons have signed cornerback Kevin King to a one-year deal. And I really like this pickup by our Atlanta Falcons. Kevin King goes about 6'3", 200 pounds. He formerly played with the Green Bay Packers and he's played his college ball with the Washington Huskies. Now, Kevin King does have familiarity with this coaching staff. Jimmy Lake, who is currently our defensive coordinator, did coach Kevin King at the University of Washington, where Kevin King was a standout corner. And when he was drafted into the NFL by the Green Bay Packers, he played for Coach Jerry Gray, who's currently on our coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball. So I definitely think that this is a great pickup for the Atlanta Falcons because we're trying to find that number 2 cornerback. I definitely think this is a low risk, high reward type situation, similar to the Jeff Okudah signing last season. But Kevin King has had a pretty good NFL career. He hasn't played in the NFL since 2021. So he hasn't played the last 2 seasons in the NFL. But he is one of those guys, if you go look at his highlights and things of that nature, if you go look at his stats, in one season, I believe it was 2019, was his best season with the Green Bay Packers. He had 5 interceptions in that season. And he was one of those guys that was the number 2 cornerback for the Green Bay Packers for a number of years behind Jair Alexander. And he was one of those guys that played really well with the Green Bay Packers under Jerry Gray. So I definitely like this pickup by the Atlanta Falcons. He gives us a different type of cornerback, similar to AJ Terrell. We know that we have guys like D. Alford. We have guys like Clark Phillips that are like 5'10", 5'11". Kevin King is 6'3", long arms, and is a guy that mainly plays that outside cornerback position. But I definitely think he adds some depth in this secondary. He's going to bring more competition to the secondary, and these guys are really going to have to compete for that number 2 cornerback position outside of AJ Terrell. But I really like this pickup by our Atlanta Falcons. I definitely think that Kevin King is one of those cornerbacks that's very athletic. A guy that has a 40-inch vertical, a guy that ran a 4.4 at the combine before he was drafted. So he's one of those guys that's fast, quick, but very athletic for his size. One of those guys that can match up with those bigger wide receivers and things of that nature. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Kevin King signing with the Atlanta Falcons. I do like this pickup for our team because he has familiarity with the scheme, and he's only 28 years old. So he's one of those guys that is not outside of his prime. I'm not too sure what type of shape he's in because he hasn't been in the league in the last 2 years. But I definitely think if the Falcons brought him in, they've done their due diligence. And I really feel like they're trying to bring in somebody that can compete in this cornerback at that number 2 cornerback position and create some depth on this Atlanta Falcons roster. Due to us not having a ton of cap space, I do still think the Falcons will draft a corner in this upcoming draft. But I definitely think that Kevin King brings some veteran leadership and one of those guys that can definitely come in and push these younger guys and possibly be that number 2 cornerback for our Atlanta Falcons. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Kevin King. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.